Welcome to St. Louis. We are in, I don't know what nickname this city has. I don't know. Does it have a name? One of those names? Like
the Arch City?
I don't know, like the city of brotherly love, or the Big Apple. Anyways, we're in the large pear this weekend. And the hefty watermelon, I believe is what they call it. So, FT St. Louis, round 3 for us. Brand new track. Last year we ran here. It's one of my favorite tracks. And they got rid of it and changed it 100% and totally changed everything about it. So I don't know if it's my favorite or my least favorite yet, but we'll certainly find out. So last year this track was incredibly fast, fastest track on the circuit, and now they've used a different portion of the course and even paved a new section, which made the track much slower and much tighter. So the setup will be totally different. I feel like the setup should be close to what we ran in Atlanta, so we are going. I started last night with we put a 573 final drive in it, a real short gear set, and haven't touched too much else with suspension and alignment just because we gotta wait and see. The last track it was set up for was Atlanta. Worked pretty good there, so we'll kind of use that as a starting point and figure it out. Yeah, some minor changes to the car, not really setup changes, but fresh skid plate after I destroyed our old one in Atlanta. I changed the shifter. We made one because I couldn't really find an off-the-shelf one that was where I wanted it, so we took the old one, modified it. It's now up another 4 inches and over towards me another 3 or 4 inches. I always had trouble with 4th gear. The positioning of the shifter and the seat would make it where I kind of had to shift like this, and it's a really unnatural kind of position. So now the shifter is much more forward and over, so 4th gear is like here. And after driving it a little bit just for some fun events, it feels much better. Like it's much more natural to shift gears. No issues there. Not too much else aside from that. We have 2 practice sessions today, and I believe qualifying today. So we'll go out and hopefully we're kind of in the ballpark, because the issue we run into is if we need to make a setup change, you burn up your entire practice session changing the setup of the car, and then you hope that that change works for the next practice session. If it doesn't, then you basically just don't practice and you have to qualify on whatever you have and make it work. So.
Mango.
I'm so hungry. It went well. The gears I guessed at were a little bit too short, so it worked for the first couple runs, but then once we kind of got the line dialed, I was running out of gear in the 2 main kind of long curves. The car had way too much forward bite, so I could like throw it into the first corner, and then as soon as I got on the throttle, it would just like drive right away from the edge of the track. So we added tire pressure, we moved the springs out on the control arm, or the shocks out on the control arms.
Oh, really?
Change the motion ratio to put a little less leverage, which essentially makes the springs act like a stiffer spring. What else did we do? Oh, gear change. So we did all the suspension stuff first. Started running out of gear. Changed from a 5.7.3 to a 5.3.1. I think is what we have in there now. And that's pretty good. Ideally, somewhere in between those two would probably be perfect. But for what we got, it's working. The course feels pretty good. It's very short, which the only upside to that is tires. We've only used 2 tires.
You're gonna have to go.
2.5 tires, which is pretty sweet.
So lunch and then more practice, then qualifying.
Yep. So we did a quick bolt check on the car right after practice. Everything's pretty good. There was no issues really. We're gonna add a couple more pounds of tire pressure, which we've already done. And then yeah, second practice session. See how that works. Maybe tweak it a little bit. Whether we add some clickers on the damping or add a little spring preload.
Bring up a good point that
And then, yeah,
like, they
qualifying.
have practice for 1 more hour.
Mango.
All right, Riley Sexsmith, NV Auto, Achilles Tire, Toyota 86. Canadian judge maybe a little too excited about him. Riley Sexsmith, NV Auto, throws it in, and then into the outside zone, out to the touch and go. And really tight to that front clip as Sexsmith crafted himself a little brown cloud there. Into that touch and go. Can he bring it back in and rip it? And he does. Not the smoothest transition from that touch and go into that front clip, but definitely getting his way with the course ride. So Sexsmith was 79, a 79 on his first run.
So what's going on?
Having like this wild fluctuation in fuel pressure. So both fuel pumps are working. We got good vacuum to the fuel pressure regulator. I have a feeling maybe the diaphragm and the fuel pressure regulator is starting to die.
A little leaky.
Yeah, I don't think it's 100%.
So what's the plan?
I just told him to run the big map and send it.
If it's gonna die, let it die.
No, it's just like, because what it does is it breaks up a little bit and it gets a little crummy, so it slows the car down. So I just said, run the race map and go.
Go down the shield.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Round 3 of the Link Engine Management Pro 2 Championship. You can see our Permatex Pro qualifying up next. Riley Sexsmith, this NV Auto Toyota 86 on Achilles tires. Woo, getting up to the rumble strip, getting all the way out there, disrupts the car. Oh boy, might have really disrupted and had an issue, but Sexsmith looks like he might have an incomplete here. A 79 on his first run, currently sitting in 14th. So pressure mounts here for Sexsmith, but all he can do is sit and watch. In the second half of the second runs, congratulations to all our drivers. A lot of talent. So anybody that did not make top 16, hold your head high. A lot of talent in the 2019 class of the Link Engine Management Pro 2 Championship.